Santorum looks like Bob Saget. He really does. Rick Santorum looks like Bob Saget. And you know who else Rick Santorum looks like? He looks like the guy in the Burger King commercials. Remember a few years ago? They may still have these commercials, but there's this commercial for Burger King with a guy wearing the giant hamburger. Remember that? He looks like that guy too. That's who Rick Santorum really looks like. But he also looks like Bob Saget. That's right. Yeah, I remember Bob Saget. How he may well be one of his biggest claims to fame. Of course, is America's Funniest Home Videos. And some of the videos on that show were, some of the videos of that show they acted like were really funny. The ones they thought were funny were the least funny, but the ones they thought were the least funny were the funniest. Did you ever notice that with America's Funniest Home Videos, that it was like that? It was. Like, I remember one, and I used to watch America's Funniest Home Videos regularly. I think I was probably about 16 or 17 when I used to watch it. But I remember watching it, and I can't believe that I used to think it was funny. I can't believe some of the things I used to think were funny back when America's Funniest Home Videos started. Back when it started up with Bob Saget as its host. I just can't believe some of the things that I thought were funny then that I wouldn't think were funny now. Like some of the videos on there. Like, I remember watching it each Sunday night, and then after it, I always listened to Shadow Stevens after it. But anyway, I remember watching it every Sunday night. And there's one video on there, it was hilarious, but it never won a prize. It never won a prize. It was a video, it was some woman taking a bath or a shower or something. And then this big robot with Bob Saget's head comes in and starts spying on her in the shower. Remember that? She's taking a bath, and a robot, it's like some type of machine or robot or something with Bob Saget's head, starts spying on her in the shower. And then she screams, she goes, "Ah!" Closes the shower curtain, and I think she throws water on the robot, and then it starts going. It was Bob Saget with a video camera. That's what it was. It was a robot of Bob Saget with a video camera taping her in the shower. And I think she threw water on the video camera, and then the whole thing just went, it shorted it out completely. And it shows Bob Saget going. Remember how funny that was? That was hilarious. But I don't think it ever won a prize. Instead, they give prizes to stuff that was like cute and cuddly. Like if something like the things that weren't funny. They were supposed to be cute and cuddly and precious, but they weren't funny. But it's because I thought the show was called America's Funniest Home Videos, not America's Cuddliest Home Videos. But Rick Santorum, he really did look like he does. He looks like Bob Saget. You cannot tell me that Rick Santorum does not look like Bob Saget, because he does. But anyway, but that's I remember another video on there. I think this one actually did win a prize, and this was funny. It was the kid sitting on Santa Claus's lap, and then the kid said, "Buddy, you have bad breath." And that was funny. That was really funny. But you have to see it to appreciate it. I know that show lasted a long time. That show lasted for years and years, but did it finally get canceled? I don't know. I'm gonna go on the internet and look it up. Now they probably have Rick Santorum's Funniest Home Videos. And I don't even want to know what those are about. But and are they really home videos or are they away videos? Because you know how Rick Santorum, he always claimed he lived in Pennsylvania when really he lived in Virginia. But according to Wikipedia, America's Funniest Home Videos is, get this, America's Funniest Home Videos is currently in its 22nd season, which began on October 2nd, 2011. It's been around for 22 years. How come That's Incredible didn't last for that long? Its original run, it was a special on November 26, 1989, but as a series it began on January 14th, 1990. So I guess I was going on 17 when it began. No wonder I used to think it was so funny, because I was young and immature. It said Bob Saget hosted it from 1989 to 1997. And he was funny because he was always talking about he was always talking about Big Bird and that type of stuff. And I wonder how, and you know how they had the panel of viewers in a different city around the country would like vote on which one was the funniest. But they never had, I don't ever remember them having Cincinnati on there. And they would always use like a gimmick, like something that was associated with that city. Like they would do like Seattle, and their people's, they would say like, well, this viewer panel is in Seattle, and then their umbrellas would come up, and this viewer panel is in Indianapolis, and they would show like race car. They would be like driving a race car and that type of stuff. What would they do for Cincinnati? You know, would it be I don't know what it would be. It would be probably something like something that people in Cincinnati think is cool, but nobody else does. Like people. How about something like people bubbling or something like that? Because you know that's a good local sport of is bubbling. But or you know, people camping out on Piet Park, that type of stuff. Man, I can't wait till spring starts back up again, because that's gonna be cool. The Occupy stuff's gonna start bipping along again. Maybe tomorrow I'll do some Occupy stuff. Won't that be cool? Even though it's going to be about 15 degrees tomorrow, I'm just itching to do some Occupy stuff. But another thing I've been working on left maps, and you see I'm still working on adding like on adding like Occupy related stuff to the left map for downtown. That's the most complicated one, but I've already completed the Occupy stuff for Over the Rhine. Let's see, this is Over the Rhine right here. Over the Rhine and Pendleton together. And you see, I've actually mapped out some Occupy marches. See? There's one right down right there. There is an Occupy. Wait a minute. Here we go. It's like right there. There's an Occupy march. And it went up. Wait a minute. It went up that way. And I've mapped that out on... there's a couple of Occupy marches that went up that way. But see, we mapped that out on my maps that I'm making. See, these are pretty good maps. So if you ever see Rick Santorum, go up to him and say, "Hey, Bob Saget,